Hey all, Hipper here. So we are back in the new legendary destroyer, the British Daring here, and this is a destroyer that has pretty much single-handedly made destroyers fun again for me. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to know why. But let's just have a look at my build, and I'm using my good old Turbid build here, with Swirsky and Bay, so I have 5.2 concealment, I believe, and the perks and you can pick whatever you want, but I'm going full on smoke and anti-air with this build here. And that works pretty well for me. So I'm not sure it's the best build, but I like to be able to, just pile smoke on top of smoke if I need it. I don't have to be spotted at any point if I use all my 8 smokes here. So I like that. That works really well for me. But I'm sure there are other options anyway. So I used to play the Lightning, the British tier 7 destroyer, quite a bit, but I kind of gave up on it when we got some of the more interesting Germans with better sonars going out to 5 kilometers, 5 plus even. And while Daring only has 3.5 kilometer sonar, it's still okay. I mean, this is definitely the best destroyer in the game, no doubt about it. And it's also a lot of fun to play. And an added benefit for me in particular here, speaking as a not the best destroyer player out there, it is that this ship here is not too fast. It goes only about 35 knots, meaning that it's really hard for me to get myself in trouble by overextending, because I don't go 60 knots like in Kleber or anything like that. You go at a leisurely 30-35 knots, and I mean that means that it's pretty hard to rush too much, and I tend to do that. So for me, this is a really good destroyer. It keeps me in check, and at the same time, it has all the tools you need. Like this is this is the full package, really. You get 8 smokes, and they are short smokes. They're not long smokes. I don't have much use for long smokes. I just want the short ones, so I can hide for a carrier or break line of sight, and that's it. I don't need a 2-minute smoke. And with this build here, you get 8 smokes, so that means you can even sacrifice 1 or 2 smokes as decoys, which is pretty hard to do when you only have, for example, 2 long-lasting smokes. Like if you use 1 as a decoy, you're down to just 1 smoke, and sometimes that's it's not the best choice really. But with 8 smokes and each smoke only lasting 45 seconds or something like that, you can be a little bit more liberal with their use, and I like that. So like I said in the beginning, this ship here has pretty much single-handedly made destroyers fun for me again. A second, like a close second, would be set 39, and to a certain degree ship smasher as well. It's quite close to Daring actually. Well, quite close. When I say that, of course it's not. It's actually nowhere near as good as Daring, but it shares some of the characteristics, and I like that ship. But none of them even comes close to Daring. This is a great destroyer. It has great guns. I love them, and they fire really quickly. Something that you can't say about set 39. I mean, it doesn't matter which ship you come up against. Gearing is sometimes a bit of a problem, but that's about it. And if you use AP when you're up against one of the Russian destroyers, well, you're usually gonna win those gunfights as well. And then you have a whole bunch of torpedoes. I don't even know how many this ship has, but I'm believing, I can't remember, 6 or 8, something like that. It could be even more. It looks like a lot more now that I'm looking on the screen. But anyway, you have enough torpedoes to take out even the most resilient battleship, and then some. And add that up with the excellent guns and the excellent ballistics, and the fact that you get a sonar, and the fact that you get a heal. It just makes this ship here well, really, really good. I don't really see any legendary destroyer even coming close to this thing here. Of course, like I said in the beginning, it's really slow, but there are ways around that. I mean, and if you like slow destroyers, well, if you don't like slow destroyers, this is not your kind. Then stick to Kleber or something like that. But like I said, this is perfect for me. It really is. And you can see 21,000 hit points. It's not bad either. I mean, it's not like anywhere near Tashkent or anything like that. No, not Tashkent, Khabarovsk. But it's still decent. And the smokes like come back very quickly with this build. You can see I'm still in my smoke with another almost 12-13 seconds to go, and my next smoke is already ready. So here, for example, I'm using that next smoke because I think, I want to farm this battleship a little bit more. You know, if I didn't have this build, my smoke would run out, and I would still be concealed, but I wouldn't be able to fire at this guy here. I would have to wait for my next smoke to be ready and then smoke up again. And I mean, with this build here, you don't have to. People will still shoot at you though. So I've heard really good things about this ship, and despite of that, I didn't really give this ship any thought at all when I read about it in the upcoming update. I just thought, it's another destroyer, and wada yada. But I haven't been more surprised, and really I shouldn't be surprised, because I mean, if I had to actually taken the time to read about this ship, I would have known that it's awesome. And it really is. It really is. It's kind of like a destroyer with all the tools you could possibly need, really, except for the speed boost. But like I said, that's actually a good thing. So I believe the CCs have the ship for another 2 weeks, and I'm gonna try to get in as many battles as I possibly can, because I've started the Bureau project, but as you know, that takes a fair while to finish. And I kind of want to have this ship. It's, like I said, one of the only destroyers that I really want in my collection. There's plenty of other destroyers like Shimakaze and whatever, but I have very little interested in those. This one, on the other hand, very good. And if you haven't noticed, then all the other CCs, at least the ones that I talk to on a regular basis, they love this ship as well. And Metajerk went as long as saying that just cancel anything else you have in the Bureau if you don't have, 2 spots, and start researching this ship. And I totally agree. Even people who don't like destroyers, like myself, or people who don't play them much, they're going to have a good time in this ship here, because it's just so versatile, and it's just a bundle of fun, really. And that is the most important thing in this game here. Not if ships are overpowered or whatever, but if they're fun to play. And this is definitely fun to play, because it has so much utility, and the more utility a ship has, the more different gameplay you can squeeze out of it, and therefore the more fun it is to play. And well, this thing here sure has all the utility you could pretty much ask for. So if I have one critique other than the lack of speed on this ship here, which doesn't really matter that much, it's the fact that it's not very good looking, I think, compared to the other British destroyers like Lightning or Jarvis and all that stuff. They look really good. Like, they almost look like spaceships. This thing here is a little bit disappointing, and I think it's mostly something to do with that weird tent or shade tent, whatever it is they have on top of the bridge. It just kind of ruins the proportions somehow, and yeah, I just have a really hard time accepting that. I mean, it doesn't look nice. I wish I could remove that tent. And in any case, Lightning is better looking. So because this destroyer is kind of slow, it forces me to play very carefully, which is something I don't do very often, and especially in cruisers, which I'm sure you know. But in this destroyer here, because it's so slow, I feel like I can't be very agile. I can't get away quickly. I'll have to rely on my smoke. And so far, I've been playing very timid, let's put it like that. I've taken my caps, I've been spotting pretty much the whole game here, and I haven't really had any opportunity to attack some enemies without overextending and potentially exposing myself. But here, I noticed there was someone in the cap, and I thought that could be a destroyer. And it's a Shima, and a Shima versus a Daring. Yeah, that is a very one-sided battle. Like, unless the Shima catches you by surprise around the corner and gets torps off, which has happened to me, by the way. But yeah, it was also pretty terrible torpedo. Yeah. firing there. So here I'm thinking, oh, I'm safe, and then a Minotaur pops out. And yeah, I seem to be facing a lot of Minotaurs in my daring, but it's not too bad. This is, I guess, my trial by fire here, because I said I haven't done that much in this game. I spotted, I kept, and now I wasted a destroyer. Other than that, I see I'm at 56,000 damage. And he's nice enough to turn broadside, and again, I don't get the citadels that I think I'm owed at 3 kilometers here. But of course, the torpedoes is my my main defense here. And I still think that he just doesn't die there. And I still think that I should have had a few citadels there. And that's happened a lot to me, actually, in this ship here against Minotaurs broadside at 3-4 kilometers. I don't know why. Perhaps the AP is just not good against cruisers. Against destroyers, it seems to work very, very well, especially the Russian ones. But against Minotaurs, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I just can't get the citadels that I believe that I should get when I'm at less than 4 kilometers from a broadside Minotaur. And I've loaded AP and I'm firing straight into the citadel. But whatever, the torpedoes bailed me out, and yeah, I'm not gonna, fret too much about it. So by the way, as you can see, it's a 7 versus 7 battle, and now I have to run for my life from this Colbert here, because I think he wants to put my I don't know, my head on his mantelpiece, because he just came, flying around that corner, hoping to catch me as I was retreating into that corner of the map, but I wasn't, and I still have a heal left, so everything's good, and I still have 2 smokes. So instead of doing anything, I'm just gonna, sit here, spot, and I just wanted to check if I smoke up now, will he still be spotted? And he is. And that's perfect, so I'm just gonna sit here and shoot at it. Just joining in with the others, I guess. And a little bit of a steal there, but my shells was in the air. What can I do? And with that kill there, we are edging closer to the end of the battle here, because I'm at 4 kills, and I'm thinking, oh, it would be nice to find, a lonely ship somewhere that I can just hammer down for my Kraken. But they're too far away. They're all the way, well, somewhere in the middle of the ocean out there, and I'm not gonna go look for them. There's 40 points left. There's no way I can even get close to them going 35 knots. So I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that I'll just be sitting in here, and the Minotaur is even saying, get back, get back. And I think, okay, fine. There's really no point heading out there. We're going to win on points in a few seconds. And there it is. So that's another battle in daring for you people, and let me know if you enjoy these daring battles here, because I certainly do, and I have a few of them lined up, so just let me know if you want to see them, or if you want to, concentrate on cruisers. So that's actually 3400 XP there, not bad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.